So as a millionaire, people often ask me, hey, Chris, what's your opinion of TechLead, a fellow millionaire? So I'm going to tell you my opinion. He's a millionaire, and we're going to take a look at why he's a millionaire and how he's a millionaire, because this is essentially the Millionaire Review. Let's jump in here, and you can see here, this is March 1st. He made a video called Why I Stopped Helping People as a Millionaire. And it's not really the content of his video that is the important part, is actually all the things that he's selling down below. So essentially, as a millionaire, he likes to sell you lots of classes so you too can be a millionaire. And this really captures, honestly, the problem of YouTube. Not that necessarily that you want to be a millionaire, but all these essentially millionaires selling you courses to be said millionaire, which isn't necessarily going to happen for you, unfortunately. And I don't mean to be mean, but I'd rather tell you the truth as a millionaire. So one of the things that's also going on as well in the news today, and I can see this here, well, not only is activist hedge fund Dan Loeb taking a passive stake in AMD as a millionaire, Silvergate Capital shares dropped more than 50% after the crypto bank delays its annual report. So basically, Silvergate just crashed, and it makes you wonder, is their CEO still a millionaire? May not be, but we'll find out soon enough. But yeah, this sort of been emblematic of the crypto industry, and many millionaires no longer probably millionaires. The other thing too, when you Google TechLead as a millionaire, and you find out that he's some sort of thing with like assaulting his ex-wife and domestic violence, and I don't know as a millionaire what the full story is. I'll just be honest, I don't know. I don't pretend to know, but I don't want as a millionaire to have these kind of headlines or people making stories about me or me doing these said things. His name is actually Patrick Hsu, and he has experience at Google and Facebook, and it's interesting because as a millionaire, he always tries to promote essentially, hey, if you want to be like me, watch my channel, and I will teach you how to get a job at Google and Facebook as a millionaire. The other thing is too is like he actually is a pretty typical profile as a millionaire. Looks like he did his schooling in California and stuff like that, which we'll go over. But the thing that really stands out also too as a millionaire is sort of the way that he sells his lifestyle as a millionaire. So by getting with people's classes, he also too as a millionaire kind of tweeted out, he's now deleted these things, basically saying that women shouldn't be in tech as a millionaire, this kind of stuff. So you can see here, this is a tweet from him. So when I used to conduct interviews for Google, I rejected all women on the spot and trashed their resumes in front of them, right? I told them, go have some kids, don't worry, I'm smarter than you, I know. Then I gave them an MP hard problem and went home. And, if this is serious as a joke, who knows, right? He had a whole bunch of tweets, he ended up deleting them. But the problem is that there's certain things that not great to joke about, right? Because honestly, for many people, oftentimes, I'm just telling you, because like when I read this kind of stuff, I'm like, is this a joke? Because like, are you really serious? But for some people out there, actually, this is real for them, and they believe these kind of things. And you always need to be careful about the stuff you say on social media. So I just, on the surface, I would never say these kind of things or tweet these kind of things or think this kind of way or treat people in this way. And there was a whole article written, I already read through it, and it's just like, none of it looks good. So when I'm like, on the surface, it's so bad. It's like, is this guy for real? And whenever, people are asking if you're for real, it probably is it's just don't get involved with this stuff, I have to say. And that's why, another one, for example, even CoffeeZilla, is making videos about TechLead. TechLead scammed you with $1 million token as a millionaire. My thoughts on TechLead going to jail as a millionaire, right? This kind of stuff. And it's the same opinion I've had of him, TechLead, all the time. It's like, it's hard to know what to make of this guy because he seems like, he has a funny sense of humor as a millionaire. Plus, he's always involved with like shady things, right? Be it the way maybe he treats, women at work, be it maybe hitting his wife. I say maybe because, who knows? And also be it, scamming people with this $1 million crypto thing, right? All these things add up and none of it looks good. You take a look at this too. He's selling classes, and this particular one, TechLead is basically, as a millionaire, sort of the good figurehead of everything that's wrong with YouTube or current society on YouTube. you read this here, DeFi Pro online course on decentralized finance. DeFi Pros is a course he's selling. It's an online course and crypto community. Learn the art of decentralized finance and how you can earn passive income with cryptocurrency. And he's got this timer on the bottom there. You can see 3 days, 12 hours, 57 minutes, etc. And these sort of high pressure, you need to buy it now, time's running out, that kind of stuff. These is often the tactics of scam. And also too, that's why I showed you the Silvergate Capital thing. Like the sort of jig is up for these basically crypto scams. There's no else way to put it. Now, he's also going to try to sell you a bunch of interview classes, essentially. Like he says, if you take my class, you'll get a job at Google/Facebook. The problem with the stuff, and I'm sure you guys know right now, we talk about this so many times on the channel, right? The party is over at these places. Google, is cutting back. Facebook's cutting back. Amazon's cutting back. Apple's the only one who hasn't so far. Who knows the future? But all these big tech companies have been cutting back, laying off people, this kind of thing. And he's selling you basically interview training videos, right? These are all interview training. And guys, I really get it. There's nothing wrong with wanting to better your life, right? The issue is though, is these kind of people, right? Say TechLead or whoever, we'll talk about me, Kevin as well in a second here, but they sort of promise you the pathway to wealth and riches, and you can be like them. But the reality is you don't really know like where these people necessarily get their money, because oftentimes their money is, pretty frank, coming from selling you said classes. This has been the scam for years. And one of the big problems is another one, how to be successful on YouTube. It's just all selling these classes. And the thing is another one, and the same, they all look the same, right? And just like big flashy letters, you can be rich, as the Meet Kevin one. And there's always some sort of sale or, discount and a hurry to buy it. And the thing is, I want to emphasize with you guys is this is Patrick Hsu here. This is his name, TechLead, and his LinkedIn. And this one of the things I emphasize in this channel is if, let's say for example, you do want to get that tech job, right? Your best bet is not necessarily take like some scammy interview course or something like that, is to learn how people get said jobs and just look at their qualifications and like what they did. And it's pretty obvious, right? So the guy went to Berkeley and he went to UC San Diego. And he, studied computer science and these kind of things. That is a pretty typical profile for people who work at said places. They went to school, they learned to study the field they need, be it coding, maybe it's graphic design, any number of things. And unfortunately, we or fortunately, we want to look at it, because I know some people will tell me, Chris, you're so stupid, you don't understand anything. I get it, guys, I get it. I watch YouTube, because there's an anti-education movement out there that people just tell you don't need to go to school at all, you don't need to study anything, and just take these scammy courses and you're going to make it. But the reality is it's much more difficult than that, and people don't want to hear the truth. It's really sad, actually, and I know if I tell the truth, it won't be popular. So the truth is, like I said, look at the companies that you want to work at, look at the qualifications of people who are working there, and get those said qualifications and exceed. There's no shortcut to that. And these kind of things that people like TechLead trying to sell you, say, hey, take my interview course and therefore you'll get the job. That's not really it. It's more, you're way better off just like learning coding on your own. There's so many free resources out there just these days for coding. I'm talking about free resources, let alone, take legitimate coding classes. So if TechLead was teaching, maybe coding stuff, maybe that would be okay. I'm saying maybe. The thing is though, at the end of the day, you need the skills, and I guys, I really understand. You want to better your life. I totally understand that, and you're like, oh my God, this guy's a millionaire, etc. But all these things add up to where I don't trust the guy at all, and so that's why I don't really talk about him that much, because I think it's so obvious he's a scam. But the sad thing about YouTube, and this is just real, there's a lot of kids on YouTube, teenagers, young. Impressionable, and I was there once as well, guys. I was a teenager, and I flip on YouTube, and you might see like your Andrew Tate, your Meet Kevin, your this guy Patrick Hsu / TechLead, and it all seems like, oh wow, they complain about the media, and they complain about popular culture, etc. And it sort of feeds into that milieu, because you're complaining about your parents, right? You feel like the world is against you, kind of thing, and unfortunately, what happens is that. If you're in a situation for many people who's like this, because I know I was the same as a kid, if there's not a lot of positive influence around you or people that personally that you can look up to and trust, there's nowhere else to turn to places like YouTube, and they're promising you all of these great things. But oftentimes, unfortunately, it's a scam and it's a lie. So I would stay away from TechLead. I would stay from, pretty frank, most people on YouTube. I know I'm so mean. And I understand. My videos are very slow. They're very different. And it seems really odd. And so then I don't come across the same way these other people. So it doesn't make sense, right? But, I do what I do, and I try my best and tell you the truth. And if the truth is not exciting and you just want exciting stuff like on TikTok or TechLead, so be it. But this is my opinion on this thing. So thanks again for watching. And as a millionaire, I hope you come back for more.